A total apocalyptic state with nothing being able to finish in the entire world, not even football. With 8 games left, who will win the Premier League? Well, no one knows, and I've picked a player from each Premier League team to represent them in a Hunger Games simulator. And you know what? Maybe it's a bit more bloody, a bit more gory than the normal Premier League, but you know what? This will decide the title. So let's jump into it and let me show you the teams going into this. Okay, so we have the teams right here in front of me. First of all, the top 4 in the Premier League currently are Liverpool City, Leicester City and Chelsea. So each of those, because I have to have 12 districts and 2 players per district. So you know what, for the top 4 I've given 2 Liverpool players, 2 Man City players, 2 Leicester City players and 2 Chelsea players, and then from there on I mix it up a bit to, you know, have somewhat even teams. So of course we have Van Dijk and Milner, because I'd love to see those 2 in Hunger Games together. We've got Walker, KDB, Schmeichel, Vardy for Leicester City, Conte and Giroud obviously for Chelsea, and going on I've started to mix the teams a bit, you know, it's to get some interesting combinations. So for District 5 we've got Rashford and Pope, then we've got Traore and Henderson, Kane and Noble, because you know West Ham fans would probably love to see Noble lift the trophy, Ryan and Aubameyang, Calvert-Lewin and Decore, Ings, Aka, Pukki, Reina, Zaha and Dubravka. So there we go. After the top 4, as I said, every team's mixed up a bit. So you know what, let's see who will win the Hunger Games, who will win the Premier League. May the odds be ever in your favor. As the tribute stand off their podium, the horn sounds. Now, of course, this means this is time for war. Everyone has to give it their all. No one can give up this early. Oh, Ings has stepped off his podium too soon and is blown up. Okay, well, I guess that's a bit like real life. Southampton didn't have the best start. And guys, that's Southampton done for you. Southampton's out of the competition. And of course, I will put a Premier League table up at the end of this video of the rankings of this. And by the way, guys, if you do like this kind of concept, I will do it for the Euros 2020 or Euro 2021, whatever. So everyone, please do put a nation down that will be represented in the Euros, along with 2 players in the comment section down below. Let's continue. Okay, so now that Ings is officially dead, he's been blown up. We do have Ryan runs away from the cornucopia. I don't know, I'm going to call it cornucopia. You know, that the little centerpiece thingy. Okay, after that we do have Schmeichel, Zaha fight Dubravka and Kante, and Dubravka and Kante survive, which means Schmeichel and Zaha are dead. Wow, okay, so that was pretty quick. So Schmeichel being dead, only Vardy is left for Leicester City, and Zaha Crystal Palace is out already. That was pretty quick. Aubameyang runs away, Milner, Pope, Harry Kane, Vardy, Henderson gets some water, which, I mean, it's a good thing. You know what, kids, no matter what, this is a life lesson. Stay hydrated. Traore runs away as well, which, by the way, I'm expecting to be a huge factor in this because he is an absolute beast, don't forget. After that, we have Calvert-Lewin runs away, Pukki runs away, Rashford runs away with lighter and some rope. No, forget swords, forget bow and arrows. Lighter and rope is the weapon to use. Giroud runs away and hides, or he runs into it and hides. Noble, Walker, Aka and Virgil van Dijk share everything they gathered before running. Okay, so of course that's a bit of a weird, I'm assuming they don't mean together because, you know, they're a bit of rivals here. KDB snatches a pair off. I'm not sure what those are. Size says, I don't know, I probably know exactly what it is, I've just never seen it spelled out before. I probably look like an idiot. Reina runs away, Decore, and let's, you know what, get into it. And I can't believe before getting started, Ings is already dead, but day 1 we start. Traore collects fruit from a tree. Okay, so you know it's slow started. Vardy receives some explosives from an unknown sponsor, that's a bit early on, but okay. Decore sprains his ankle while running away from Ryan, which it's a bit early on to get injured, don't you think? Kane picks flowers. I'm not sure he gets the point of the whole Hunger Games thing. Milner searches for firewood. Kante tends to Pukki's wounds, which is the most Kante thing I've ever heard of. Of course he tends to someone else's wounds. I mean, he's just Mr. Nice Guy, isn't he? Okay, Reina, Virgil, Aubameyang, Walker and Calvert-Lewin hunt for the other tributes. Ooh, Giroud searches for firewood. Henderson fishes. Noble picks flowers. Aka makes a slingshot. Everyone's having a really nice time, aren't they? I think they're just enjoying time out of quarantine, to be honest with you. I don't think they know there's actually a battle going on here. Pope fishes, Rashford injures himself. Of course, that is so typical. What else do you expect? At least it's an accurate simulator, I do have to say. Dubravka receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. KDB tries to spearfish with a trident. Okay, interesting. Fallen tributes, we will sound the, obviously the cannon. We do hear Ings from Southampton is dead. Schmeichel, Leicester City, gone. And Zaha, Crystal Palace. Which, by the way, guys, I got this idea, obviously, from You Do Get Unis Honest, that YouTube channel with Markiplier and Crank Gameplays. That's where I got the idea to do this again. It has been done a football version by Masterbucks, another football YouTuber. I'll put the link to both of their videos down in the description below. Day 1, and we enter night 1, I guess. And we have Vardy receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Now, there we go. I think Vardy's got some big things coming towards him. This competition, considering the fact that he's already gotten explosives and he's gotten food. So, I mean, that's a very, very good look. We do have Pookie sets up camp for night. Ryan and KDB tell stories to each other. I don't think that's how it works, but you know what? More friends than me at the moment. Molnar begs for Walker to kill him. He reluctantly obliges and killing Molnar. Wow, Molnar is one of the ones I look most forward to in this competition, and he's dead. Well, I guess Molnar can now tweet about it. That was fairly fast. Reina bashes Calvert-Lewin's head in with a rock several times. My god, that's not what I expected. I mean, a brutal, strong man like Reina. I mean, I guess you kind of expect it, but Everton's gone already. Wow, okay. Giroud thinks about winning, as Giroud does. Pope goes to sleep. Noble cooks his food before putting the fire out. Virgil climbs a tree to rest, which, by the way, I think Virgil can have some big things this competition. Kane and Dubravka run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Oh, how sweet. And yes, keep on the sweet things in this competition. Decore decapitates Traore with a sword. Now that was out of nowhere because I genuinely thought Traore stood a real chance in this competition, and he is already out within like the first 1 or 2 days. I can't believe Traore is gone. Wow, that's rough. Rashford tries to sing himself to sleep. Ah, glory, glory, Man United. How beautiful. Kante cries himself to sleep, which is a bit more realistic for me. Aubameyang strangles Aka with a rope. Now that's that's fairly violent, but you know what, Aubameyang, you go for it. Henderson is awoken by nightmares. Shame. Poor Henderson. Well, life goes on. We enter day 2, and let's hope it's a beautiful... Oh, I see. Kane decapitates Walker with the sword. Okay, well, I normally start my day off with a cup of coffee, but I mean, like, decapitation works too, I guess. Giroud scares Pookie off. Henderson thinks about home. Pope sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Probably a smart idea. Rashford, Reina, Dubravka, and Aubameyang hunt for other tributes. Vardy fishes. KDB hunts for other tributes. And Virgil explores the arena. What will he find? Kante travels to higher ground. Noble overhears Ryan and Decore talking in the distance. What could they be talking about? What are they whispering? 5 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Now day 2 was obviously a bit more eventful this time around, so we do get Molnar gone, but luckily Virgil van Dijk still represents Liverpool. Calvert-Lewin gone. Everton is over. Wolves' Adama Traore gone. Aka from Bournemouth gone, and Manchester City's Walker is gone, and that's quite a few fallen, I have to say. We enter night 2, and KDB receives a sponsor, Virgil receives a sponsor, Kane receives a sponsor, some fresh loot drops. We do have next Giroud, Decore, Reina, Aubameyang, and Ryan sleep in shifts. How sweet. Make sure that no one murders you in your sleep. Dubravka, Pookie, and Pope cheerfully sing songs together. Rashford stays awake all night. We do have Henderson and Noble, Henderson lets Noble into his shelter. That's very kind of you, I do have to say. Don't forget you are playing a game here, but your allies could be the reason you survive. Kante quietly hums, which sounds just like him. Vardy questions his sanity, which at least someone's questioning why they have to murder people to lift up a trophy. Virgil goes hunting, which, guys, I do have to say, Virgil van Dijk is the one man I would not want to chase after me and hunt down, because, I mean, I will die. Kane overhears Decore and Ryan talking in the distance. Rashford begs Vardy to kill him. He refuses, keeping Rashford alive. Now, Rashford, you are the only United player here. Why? Please, you're the only one representing me. Please do not die, especially to Vardy. You really could have an upper hand above him. Giroud injures himself. Well, that's a shame. Aubameyang makes a slingshot. Pope receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Henderson, Pukki, Reina, Kante, and KDB hunt for the other tributes. Dubravka tries to spearfish with a trident. Noble collects fruit from a tree. One thing I do have to say, guys, is day 3 was definitely boring. We need more blood, we need more gore. Look, it's nice to have friends and that, but people need to die. Ryan, Kane, and KDB discuss the game and what might happen in the morning. Noble and Rashford hold hands. How sweet. I mean, you're gonna die, but okay. Kante and Reina tell stories about themselves to each other. How sweet. Both of them World Cup winners, oddly enough. Dubravka and Virgil sleep in shifts. How sweet. Vardy ambushes the Decore and kills him. Okay, that took a turn of events, but that's more like it. Aubameyang sets up camp for night. Pope destroys Giroud supplies while he is asleep. I mean, I don't know why you don't just kill him in his sleep then. Pukki begs for Henderson to kill him. He refuses, keeping Pukki alive. Don't really get the point of that. That kind of avoids the point of the game, but okay. Rashford throws a knife into Vardy's chest. There we go, that's more like it. Wait, is Vardy not the one who refused to kill Rashford and it's the only reason Rashford's alive and now Rashford's just like, it's okay, fine. It's your turn to die now. Pukki, Giroud, Pope, KDB, and Ryan hunt for other tributes. Noble searches for firewood. Aubameyang hunts for the other tributes. Virgil dies trying to escape the ring. Guys, Liverpool is out of the competition. What the fuck? Milner and Virgil van Dijk are out. This is on day, what is it? Day 4, and they're both out. Virgil van Dijk escaping the arena. Now, Virgil van Dijk's a big man. Now, why was he trying to escape? Wow, that took a drastic turn of events. Dubravka falls into frozen lake and drowns. Okay, there goes Newcastle then. Oh, that's a pity because Virgil van Dijk and Dubravka shared like a shelter in the previous day. Oh, Reina picks up flowers. Okay, good for you, Pepe. Henderson and Kante. Henderson attack Kante, but Kante obviously manages to escape. Kane cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide. There goes Harry Kane. Oh my god, they are dropping like flies, and there we go. Day 4 was much more like it. There, finally some cannons. We have Decore from District 9. Vardy, District 3, that's it for Leicester City, guys. Leicester City are over and done with. Virgil van Dijk, Liverpool over and done with. Dubravka, Newcastle over and done with. And Kane, Spurs are over and done with. They really are dropping like flies now. We enter night number 4, and what awaits us in this moment of darkness? Ryan receives fresh food. Giroud tries to treat his infection. I don't remember him getting infected. Maybe that's the injury they were talking about. KDB starts a fire. Rashford and Noble talk about the tributes still alive. Ooh, it's getting juicy. Kante and Reina and Aubameyang cheerfully sing songs together. Pope lets Henderson into shelter. Okay, well, goalkeepers helping goalkeepers. I like that. And Pukki climbs into a tree and rests. Start day number 5. It is a brand new morning, and Aubameyang throws a knife into Noble's head. Okay, that's a bit of a rougher start than I expected. I'm sorry, West Ham. You guys are out. Okay, now we do have Pepe. Reina practices his archery. Okay, well, you know, he is a goalkeeper. He needs to practice on his accuracy then, I guess, when it comes to attacking. Pope silently snaps Kante's neck. Oh no, guys, Kante's gone. Kante is dead. I'm sure he was one of the favorites entering this competition, but the World Cup winner is now dead from Pope. Guys, I liked Pope before this competition, but I'm not too sure anymore. Oh, that's so sad. Oh well, we move on. Henderson and Giroud hunt for the other tributes. KDB and Rashford split up and search for resources, which, I mean, good. It's a Manchester alliance, so I'm not sure if they're doing it separately. Pukki camouflages himself into the bushes, and Ryan tries to sleep throughout the entire day. Well, I mean, you enjoy your time alive. Cannon shots can be heard in the distance as we end off day 5. Mark Noble from West Ham gone, and everyone's beloved N'Golo Kante no more, leaving Chelsea out of the competition. No, wait, Giroud is still in. Kante out of the competition and West Ham out of the competition. Night number 5 into the darkness. Pope receives fresh food. KDB looks at the night sky. Ah, it's beautiful. Giroud destroys Aubameyang supplies while he is sleeping, but doesn't kill him. Reina screams for help, for who knows what reason. Pookie and Henderson tell stories about themselves, newly promoted teams, and Rashford loses sight of where he is. Well, thanks for that commentary, doesn't tell us much. Ryan screams for help, so 2 goalkeepers screaming for help, who knows why. It's time for the feast. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tributes families. Rainer, Ryan, and Pope start fighting, but Ryan runs away and Rainer kills Pope. Wow. So 3 goalkeepers there get in a bit of a fight, and Pope is dead. Well, you know what? Maybe Rainer was a bit annoyed, because obviously we remember he got attached to Kante when they told stories about their World Cup wins. So obviously Rainer got very annoyed at Pope and ended up killing him. KDB takes a staff leaning against the cornucopia, which that's a dangerous man to give a weapon. Rashford decides not to go to the feast, very safe. Pookie sobs while grabbing a photo of his friends and family. Oh, that's so sad, looking at pictures of Tim Krul. We do get Henderson decides not to go to the feast. Smart, Giroud, same. Aubameyang decides not to go to the feast, which, I mean, Aubameyang, it's not Europa League, you are allowed to go. We enter day 6, and day 6, Aubameyang receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Maybe he'll get an explosive shot in. Rain and Pookie split up to search for resources. Henderson, Rashford, Ryan, Giroud, and KDB hunt for the other tributes. Oh, okay, that was a very short day 6. Pope is dead. Burnley, your story is no more, but you lived a long-fought battle. Night number 6 as we fall into the darkness. Once again, it is Giroud, Rashford, Henderson, Pookie, and Aubameyang sleep in shifts. Ryan tends to Rainer's wounds, of course, goalkeeper helping goalkeeper. KDB bleeds out due to untreated injury. Guys, KDB is dead. When did he get injured? Oh, that's so sad. Oh, is that City gone? Guys, City is out of the competition as well now. Okay, that was quick. Day 7, Henderson spears Rainer in the abdomen. Oh, guys, wow, Rainer's dead. A goalkeeper killing goalkeeper. Giroud explores the arena but does not explode like Virgil van Dijk did. Rashford, Aubameyang, Pookie, Ryan hunt for the other tributes. We end off day 7 with 2 cannon shots, and guys, these are 2 big names. We do have Kevin De Bruyne, Manchester City's last hope is gone. Along with Pepe Reina, Aston Villa's hope is absolutely gone, and it is a sad day, but we have to move on. We start off night 7 in a very bloody fashion as Rashford sets Giroud on fire with a Molotov, and that's what you call a fiery strike. And as the, United striker takes out the Chelsea striker, Pookie cooks his food before putting his fire out, which is even more insane. Not really, but okay. Aubameyang, Ryan, and Henderson sleep in shifts. Wow, night 7 was a rough one, wasn't it? Aubameyang receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Ryan tries to sleep through the entire day, another goalkeeper trying to sleep. Pookie goes hunting. Rashford makes a slingshot to help his accuracy. Henderson receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Only 1 shot is heard, and it is the last of Chelsea in this competition as well. Remember, I will put the Premier League table up on the side once we are done. But you know what? Giroud is gone. What a noble fighter. We enter night number 8, and there are not many teams left. It looks to be only 5 are left, and it looks dangerous. Ryan dies from hypothermia, which Ryan is now gone. That was quick. Brighton made it much further than I thought in this competition. Henderson, Aubameyang, Pookie, and Rashford tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood, which it's quite weird. All 4 of them are the only 4 left, but yet they're helping each other. We enter day 9, and Aubameyang collects fruit from a tree to get, some food. He has to last out the last day or 2. We do have Pookie severely slices Henderson with a sword. Okay, well now Henderson is gone as Pookie is left. There are only 3 strikers left as Rashford is pricked by thorns while picking berries, so he's not dead. But guys, 3 strikers left. Norwich, Arsenal, and Man United are the only ones that are left. This is going to be a final, guys. 2 cannon shots can be heard at the end of day 9 as Ryan from Brighton and Henderson, 2 goalkeepers, obviously Henderson from Sheffield United. Let's get into the final, everyone. Rashford tends to Aubameyang's wounds, which of course I don't know why. If he's like one of your last ones there, I don't know, your direct rivals, don't know why you're helping him, Rashi. Pookie is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Do not freeze, that is dangerous. Day 10, Rashford picks flowers. Once again, it's your last day or 2, maybe just trying to last out a few days and hope the others die from natural causes. Aubameyang fishes and Pookie falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Oh no! Guys, the final is Arsenal versus United. Who will win this one? 1 cannon shot is fired. It is Pookie. 1 to remember. We get into the last day. Rashford shoots an arrow at Aubameyang's head. And guys, that is it. Rashford, Manchester United are the 2019-20 champions. That is it, guys. That is how it ends. Liverpool will not lift the title this season. It is Manchester United. That is what I like to hear. And those are all the stats if you guys want to read over it. 3 kills for Marcus Rashford. More kills than anyone else, I do think. I can't see anyone else with any more kills here. Guys, that was a fight and a half, and he really did. Wow, guys. So out of these 24, of course, when it comes to, as I said, I'll only put 20 there because, you know, some teams had 2 or more players representing them. So I will just put like the best out of every team and see what ends up happening. But guys, that was absolutely insane, and that was so much better than I could have hoped for. Guys, if you have enjoyed this, please do like and subscribe to this channel. As I said, I want to do a Euros version, so put a nation in the comment section down below, along with players to represent them. Guys, I love this video. Tell me if you do want more of it. And yeah, tell me what other content do you want. This is Finn, FYNN. Subscribe to this channel. Love every single one of you. Stay awesome. Cheers.